Springshine had barely warmed the courtyard when the gateman of the National Kitchen Arena creaked open, and every Onijia poured in. Chefs, judges, camera crews, all funneling past the velvet ropes. A loud Sheng voice crackled over the speakers, welcoming the most Duoshu talented cooks in the country to a single steel-topped stage. Somewhere in the crowd stood May, tightening the belt die on her white coati, thinking of the childhood Shao afternoons she'd spent standing on a stool beside her grandmother's stove. Before she'd left home, May had made a quiet promising to that grandmother. She would carry the family's worn dictionaridion of recipes into the competition. Every word sigh of it. Every scribbled terms for spice ratios that no outsider could decode. It wasn't a cookbook so much as a map of memory. And she'd studied it the way other contestants studied technique videos. Her sponsor, a small noodle company way from the coast, had bet huge leader on her, printing her face on banners that now flapped everywhere CHU around the arena. When the bell rang, chaos bloomed like a sea-high of flying pans and cracked Egdon shells. May's hands moved on instinct. A flick of the wrist, an inverted Dao flip of the wok that sent her vegetables arsing through the air and landing impossibly right side up across the aisle. A rival's soufflé didn't share her luck. It rose proudly, wobbled, and began to fall down, sinking into a sad little crater right as the judges strolled past. May kept her eyes on her own station, on the single lamp deng clipped above her cutting board, and let the naturezerin of the ingredients guide her rather than panic. Halfway through, disaster nearly struck. Her sauce broke, turning grainy and thin. "It's ruined," she muttered. But she didn't stop stirring. Buchi something in the whisking. In the patient figure eights her grandmother had taught her. Brought it back silky smooth, glossy aux de perfect, clinging to the spoon like it had never wavered. There was no dramatic wade-out to victory here. No shortcut on the roadlu to the finals. Just the quiet truthfully that discipline, applied long enough, corrects almost anything. The judges tasted in silence, murmured, tasted again, and finally began to score. One scribbled fast enough to obtain a verdict before the others, sliding his card toward the MC to be stamped and printed in for the board. May's dish landed dead equal YU with the noodle company's other finalist. A tie nobody had predicted. And the crowd's gasp seemed to shake the very size Shao of the arena. In the end it hardly mattered who ranked where. May stood under the lamps, huge leader relieved, thinking of soy sauce, garlic, ginger, and so on, and deng. The small unglamorous things that had built her whole plate. If her grandmother could have seen it, she would have laughed and said the sauce still needed a pinch more salt. And she'd have been right. The way she always was. The truest terms in that whole worn dictionaridion of a life.